So, welcome back to the last day in Pokemon Violet for our shiny hunting every dark type Pokemon. So, something unusual happened between streams. I was doing some work on my living dexes in Legends Arceus after we finished yesterday's stream, and we ran into this fella, a little shiny Eevee. Now, Eevee is a dark type, so well, Eevee can become a dark type, so we're going to evolve it into an Umbreon, but not right now because it's daytime. So we'll come back to that. We're going to start, as always, with a few eggs. And we're going to go with the Meowth eggs. I believe they're Meowth eggs. I've actually forgotten, but it's one last box of eggs. We'll evolve. Let's just check the boxes. Where were we? I forgot that it's not night time anymore. So there, we've got one full box here. It may actually be Sprigatito, actually. I'm not going to lie. But we'll do the first four, and then we'll put Eevee in the box while we do the rest until it becomes nighttime. But that is why our total now says 29, because we found one off stream. Bit frustrating to say the least, because well, it was one we were looking for most of the streams, but we never once got an actual Eevee spawn, which is crazy to think. Like the amount of spawns you do get, like massive mass outbreaks. We had Cherubi, but we never had an Eevee. I think I had like 4 Tangrowths yesterday alone. It's the first ever shiny Eevee I've had 2. This will tell us how many eggs we need to actually hatch. But if it's Sprigatito, it'll be a full box. If it's Meowth, it'll be hopefully going for 2. It is Meowth eggs. I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was Meowth eggs. I was starting to question my own decisions then for a while. So for our bingo, there is something I need to do with eggs. So I've made a little, I've borrowed Keith's idea. I made a little bit of a roulette box of eggs that I'll be trying to hatch, probably all off stream anyway, for one of the challenges. Elsewhere in Go, I actually got a shiny Nincada this morning, which I did evolve because Ninjask was needed for Dex 365, and I thought I might have got the Shedinja as well, but I didn't. So, don't know how you evolve it to Shedinja in Go. It is the first shiny bug I've had in the bug events. I don't know what all these teddy bears people were talking about were, because I haven't seen a single like teddy bear in the game. Must be losing my mind thinking that there should be an event on. It's probably one behind a paywall, so I'm not going to do that. If I walk like 10 to 15 miles like a day playing the game, I would jump at the opportunity to do some of these, but there is no point when I do about at best 2 kilometers. Like, I don't get enough encounters, so yeah, we're not doing it. But then we'll look at the map and see how many dark massive outbreaks we have. That will be quite interesting to see, because well, we've had bad luck in this game. Like, when you see the main video, you'll see me discussing some of the bad luck we've had. So yeah, it happened. I know. I'm not like angry or moody about it. It's just like the last 10 days have been really slow. Like yesterday, we were looking for Spiritomb for ages. Had a few outbreaks. Never even saw an Oshawott outbreak. But I was just playing away, trying to complete some more of the dexes for if I go back there for other challenges. Like we've said multiple times, this likely will come back just when the EA is out. Or if I feel like I need a break from another challenge we're doing. Because I kind of want to do this. I do enjoy parts of it. I do like the Legends Arceus side of it. So, as we know, we're doing Dynamax April. maybe we'll do Alpha May and go from there. Like, one of the things I've said is I would like to build a complete Alpha Dex from scratch as a bit of a challenge. I think it's doable without picking up any of the statics either. Like, the obvious problem ones are going to be the distortion only ones. But the reality is I will be spending about 15-20 minutes on each map, so I should get a distortion. Like, I'm not gonna do take on massive mass outbreaks, but I will do them if there's one we fly over. Because the idea is to do it relatively quickly, like, and not spend too much time on sort of the side parts of it, like we have at times in this challenge. But we knew going in it would be something. Now, for Dynamax April, I am tempted to trim back the ads as well slightly. So we're currently at 1.5 minutes every, or 90 seconds every 30 minutes, which is not terrible, but for the DAs you need that communication, so I'm tempted to try and put it on manually so I can click when they go a bit more. So my idea would be to do the shiny checks and then do a little run of ads. But we'll see. Like, everything is sort of, we'll get there sort of thing. And remember, we've got to watch out for nighttime, so we can evolve that easy. Well, let's see. Can we get this shiny Meowth? Or Purr? Well, hopefully 2. Hello, welcome in today. Hopefully everything goes well for you today. I was just saying I got this yesterday in Legends. I can quickly show off what I found. I found one of your friends, which is going to become an Umbreon when it turns night time. I did this off stream as well, typically knowing my luck. So hopefully that's the first ever shiny Eevee I've had that's like a legitimate one. But it works for my challenge, so I'm taking it because we've really struggled. Really badly struggled in the last couple of weeks. But I nearly went and evolved it as soon as I started, then I realised it's not night time, which would have been a bad start. I would still love to get one of these Meowths. Like, we know it's one of the only ways I can get it. And it's really, my Masuda luck has been dreadful. I believe we've done about 300 eggs, and our grand total of shinies is 0. And I also laughed that I actually got a why not in Go the other day out of an egg for like the first time I've ever had a why not shiny. But I copied your idea of having the roulette starters for the bingo challenge. I don't know if I'll do more today or not. It just depends if I can be bothered, because we have, how many do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes full. I'm not as worried about the balls that I get, to be honest, just for the shiny sake, so I'm hoping it doesn't matter too much. I think I will only get, I've never really understood breeding in this game. That's why I've never had a shiny in an egg. But that's my theory behind it. If they're all Skeleturges or all Mascarins, then I wouldn't mind myself. Alright. I think they just call it Masuda to stop people doing the crystal one, I think. And maybe stopping people using Go. I think that's kind of what they want, because if you look at it the other way, if there was a Japanese member of the group, they might not get that chance to do it. I don't know. I think they just do it to make sure it's in a proper game, a Switch game or others. Or just a ditto shiny one. It won't tell me what they've been mixed together with it, will it? I don't know. I'll find out if I ever get around to hatching them. I'll see whether Mew's finished by the 2nd of April. And then if that's the case, I'll just do that as my wild card. Because the rest I feel very comfortable with. But you will see the rest tomorrow. They usually release it the day before, because technically you can start counting the shinies from the 31st or the last day of the month after 10 p.m. And the thing is, I'm going to be doing a lot less shiny hunting as well, like, because I'm just doing Dynamaxes all of April. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to be maybe doing an hour here or there. I'm not going to put too much into it. Bit like almost how we both sort of did this month's one, where if it's something that turned up when we were doing our shiny hunts, we would include it. But apart from like the deerling, we didn't go and hunt purposely for anything. And that's kind of how I've been playing the last 2 months. As long as unless somebody's got like 10 after day one, then I may go a bit harder. But if like me and you were doing the same sort of level we were doing, maybe 2 a day, then I'll stick to that. I'm not gonna rush it. So it's like, and that I believe that's a good idea. Like, and you can like eventually it'll get to the stage where they will come back to streaming as well. So then there could be like a bit of a bingo race. Like, you never know. Like, if the original owner finishes the wrestling stuff for a while, comes back to do some of these, like you could all set up to do 2 hours bingo hunting, like, and see who can get the most done for theirs. Like, I know most of us will just play Legends Arceus. Let's be honest. One of the guys actually does have the complete perfect decks. And I mean everything is 100%. And he did it as the Professor Oak's challenge. That's why I think I've got to 100-ish perfected now, which is nice. A lot of it is I've got one set of moves to do with something. And we've also got I wanted to do a Professor Oak's challenge on this, but I know it's crazy. I actually still have the file set up, but never really got very far. I wanted to do it, but there's like 3 different ones for Legends Arceus. Like, there's the general, just evolve everything. Then there's the level 10 on everything, and then there's the completing the dexes completely. I also was in the middle of a mystery dungeon one, and I haven't got past the first level yet because I think I needed 2 things, and I just kept getting annoyed that Clefairy wouldn't join the team. I did all the hard ones, it's just Clefairy and I think Poliwag I needed. But I'd never really played the mystery dungeon, so it was kind of a crazy idea just to give me a reason to play the story without messing it up, because I think I messed up the story first time round when I tried it, because I went too far and we weren't high enough level. I didn't really know what I was doing. I got very stuck. get rid of that horrible little bots. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Come back, Slugma. My cargo even. I was going to do a few of them, but I think the sensible one for me to do would be Let's Go. But I hate Let's Go so much. It feels like something I would love to just sit down and do one day, but I just haven't had the patience to do it. I even tried a little bit on Sword and Shield. Because I always made the mistake in all of my original games, which I fixed on this game. The first moment I could get to the boxes, I actually laid out the Pokédex so I could catch them in order and started actually trying to get them in order instead of just catching what I wanted and making teams. That was my mistake I've always made, and I feel like I can't not do it that way anymore. It's nearly, I don't know if this is classed as dusk or night, so I don't want to risk evolving it yet. But I was also disappointed that when my Nincada evolved in Go, I didn't get a Shedinja. I didn't know that wasn't a thing. I have had Shedinja in Go already, but that was one of the proper research catches. But I thought it would have been nice if I could have got both a Ninjask and a Shedinja. At least that explains it then. I accidentally opened my research pack as well like an idiot today. I should have saved it till Monday. No, Tuesday. I usually always save my new one if there's like a day left for the main one. But for some reason I decided to open it. Click button bashing. I haven't had any shiny cards in TCG though. I've been pretty real bad pack so far in the new set. Hello boys from Belgium, welcome in. We have a shiny to evolve in a minute. I managed to get an Eevee playing Legends last night while I was watching your DAs. And it's ready to be evolved, I think. I've stuffed it with a lot of friendship candies. And we're going to evolve it here. Right. Probably easier than doing it in Legends. I just had to make... I'm not quite sure if this is classed as proper night or just stormy or just England. So, yeah. How are things with you, boys from Belgium? And is there DAs today? I think it's probably the worst I've done in an opening set of the TCG stuff. I did open... only did one set of 10 though. I thought I would save... I don't know why, but I'm saving the hourglasses because I've got about 50 of this set already. So I just don't feel like it's worth it. Super Mario. Yeah, we reached your goal, didn't we? So you've got to do it. Is that going to be for like a week-long stream, do you reckon, or...? Do you reckon it'll just be like, you'll do it one-off and see how it goes sort of thing? Fair enough. Because DA April starts on Tuesday. Okay, well, I'm going to be doing Yveltal DAs for the last session of this challenge on Monday. See whether we can finish the challenge with a shiny legendary. After seeing your shiny luck, then I've seen... I can't remember who they are in the chat, but the person that got the Zygarde and then the Mewtwo. So somebody's getting all the luck. Are you going to try and get the shiny charm in that one as well, or not. Like for my shield save, I found a really old save I did, and I think it was a Wonderlock because it's got a lot of randomly website shinies in it, which I've deleted now. But I never fought the champions or did the Champions Cup, but I have all 8 badges. So I literally just put all of my home Pokemon into the Pokedex, got my 40, and then on my 400, then did the first raid. But you can't save, from what I could tell, is you can't actually save the Suicune after the first raid. But it didn't seem to give me that option. I didn't, well, I caught it but didn't keep it. And then I went to the Isle of Armor and just made the What guy dig for me for ages. So I now have 999 luxury balls ready to go. We'll put you in here and you can go with the breeding family because you're my hatcher. And here's my A team. Evie will go away. I can see stars, so I'm taking that as it is nighttime. Seems sensible. Have this. I made sure I deleted Charm, so it's got no fairy moves. So if this doesn't turn into an Umbreon, I'm not going to be happy. There we go. That doesn't look very shiny, I'm not going to lie. I was meant to actually talk through that as well. Never mind. Okay, so here's our shiny collection. We got that fake one last time, our fake Incineroar. Everyone's favourite. Shh, doesn't exist. Nope. Yeah, so I need to look at the decks and see what's there. I don't know if you actually need 5 or 6 badges to get the shiny charm. I don't know if it won't let you have it unless you've finished off the main one. I did laugh at what was the hardest one for me to get, which was Clink. Of all the things I couldn't find, it was Clink. I don't have it in my living decks anyway. I just find it extremely funny. Oh, I should check. Have all of these silly little shiny events finished so I could go online and actually get rid of them all. Like, what else is here? Just Cypher and Porygon. So this isn't looking promising at all. Yeah, I wasn't completely sure whether they would stop you doing that bit until you had beaten the 6th gym. But at least we know. So if I do a second save, that's all I've got to do, is get there. As we know, we can get all of the balls in the wild area. So, where do we go? Well, what does Tag Tree Thicket look like today? Nothing in there, so we're going to go there. So there's so many things in here that are dark type, but I might as well just take my chance and see what we've got. We've got Impident, Zora, Pawniard. I'll probably run into a Murkrow, won't I know in my luck. But we're going to take the chance. And see how well it goes. Like, my main goal is just to make sure I hit 30 in this. Which feels really disappointingly low, considering how much time we thought we would put into this. But it all works out right. It's what we were aiming for. Just about made that. Damn. We don't care how the sandwich looks right. The one good thing is I know what the shinies look like here, because we got an Impotent in the 100 sandwich challenge. It just has like a big white face instead, from what I remember. And we know Paldea is a little bit harder to see than I thought it would be, but it's manageable. And what else is there? Well, okay, Zora's going to be difficult, but we'll just run around and attack everything. That'll work, right? Please don't be raining in Tag Tree Thicket. We already know it's the worst loading area in this game for me. Let's see. Yeah. It's going to be a slow one because, well, I'm going to have to double check everything, aren't I? What about you? You look like you've got a darker coloured face. That's going to come out wrong, isn't it? You're not shiny. That'll do. But this is, again, is... I was going to plan on coming here eventually for this sort of main reason, because I knew there was like 3 or 4 potential things here. If it's a Murkrow, I don't care. I'll be honest, I just don't care. I'm hoping that the sandwich type doesn't change what Zora can turn into. But I'll probably be wrong with that too. We're guessing here. We truly are guessing. So like this could be, I guess. Oh good. I am worried that we'll run into a Murkrow. And then I'll be very disappointed, because Murkrow is not fun. I know I could have done like Fairy and targeted Impotent a bit more, but and we've got so much to get in this area. I actually do think I got more in Scarlet that has no shiny charm than I did in this game. I was actually tempted to set up a proper brand new save in Shield, but I realised that I'm at the end of the game. I don't want to do it, or I don't have the time to do it. But again, if we have a good time doing it in April, we'll may do it again in May. Like it's one of those where if you find that it's really fun, you might as well just carry on. But if you put too much time into it, you get a little bit bored. You don't want to stick to it too long. But as I said, the type 1 I'm probably going to put on hold until ZA comes out. Just because I'm going to be relatively confident in saying that by the time ZA comes out, everything will be catchable in this ZA, PLA, and that's it. I'm hoping that the Sword and Shield ones will get some form of reprieve somewhere. So I can do the challenge completely. I can get the missing monkeys and normal types, which has already taken 4 types off my list of potentials. But we saw just how badly I was doing in Sword and Shield, so I don't want to do too much in there again. Like as we said, the only shiny we got was from a Dynamax adventure by accident. I have a weird feeling one of them shiny, and I'm scared that it is. I'm not completely sure. I think it was that one that's running away over there. But I was wrong. Good. I'd rather be wrong. Oh good, now we stop the rain, we can see and not lag as much. But I'm not someone who's actually going to complain about the performance of the games. I'm still happy that we have these bigger games. There was an interesting video talking about the graphics of this game and how it is very good graphics, but just not fine-tuned good graphics. It's quite an interesting video. And the reasons why it's so difficult because of the amount of Pokemon in the game, or can be in the game, needing to be able to spawn anywhere. So there is that as a factor. Which is something a lot of people don't... People take certain things in games for granted, I think. But we'll go back to these little fellas. So the whole point of this was to actually push me into doing more Sword and Shield shiny hunting. Especially with the random encounters. Because we hadn't really done much of that over the years. The closest I came to it was pretty much setting up Wooloo and Nickit on Route 1. And then I never ended up finding one, because I still get frustrated trying to figure it out how it works. But I'm also turning into more of a fan of needing to encounter something to see if it's shiny than do this extra staring that you have to do in this game now. And I've got a little bit too attached to how Legends Arceus goes. I do like my shinies from noise level. But that's the main reason why I don't run as such. I very rarely put my Miraidon in full pace. Or Koraidon, whichever game we're playing. Can you turn around, please? I can't see you. You look normal. But as we said, we want one more shiny, and then we will probably call it on this game. Completely done. I will always finish off a sandwich, but the reality is, if we only get one, oh well. I hit 30 out of 71 potentials. I'm hoping we could get some luck on the route tomorrow, but the problem is you don't really want to take a dark type to face a dark type, unless it's Liepard again. It could work, but it's not the most ideal thing. And as we said, we're kind of excited about the DA thing. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're just trying to do the final prep to decide how we're going to present it. Like, if people are joining, do we want them just in chat, or do we want voice chats? Is it a good idea or not? That's the main thing. We're sort of stuck in the middle of not quite sure what's best. Because part of me thinks it would be a good idea to do voice chats, but then the problem is you don't want somebody will come in and say something inappropriate. So it's one of those where you will invite the people you trust. Like, the best example is, in real life, I am not very PG. Well, especially when I'm down the pub. But on here, I have tended to keep everything relatively PG. I don't want to change that. So the last thing I really want is to invite people who will do a lot of swearing. Like, keep it normal. Don't mind that. If it's a normal amount, we'll probably let it slide, but Not someone that will just swear because it's cool, shall we say. Of all the adventures I've found, everybody's been quite relaxed. Like in Corey's and Boy from Belgium's chat. The new chap that you found yesterday seems pretty calm about everything, which is nice. Pika Boy seems good. So there are some good ones, good apples out there. I'll probably start with my basic rule of we discuss it going into each battle rather than at the end, if we're going to swap. And then the final thing I'll do is I'll do my last move really slowly, just so we can confirm anything. So if there is lag, nobody will be left too far behind. We get 30 seconds, I think, per move. I think that's going to be my starting point. I think it'll work. We'll find out in 2 days how it starts. But as we said, we've got the list ready. We've got notes on who's got what. There's still a few that are completely unclaimed, but that's fine. I expect a couple of the first gen ones will be pretty easy to get for my shield save, because as we said, we've only done one. So, and that was pretty much the tutorial one, which I don't think you can lose, even though it seemed like we might have lost when we were getting close to the end. But I think Sweet Coon through, so we wouldn't fail, which was very nice of it. It would have summed up my luck if that was the one I'd got the shiny on too. But theoretically, I can come back and do all of them again, because I have multiple. I've got the family pass, and I have control of all of the profiles. So yeah, I can set up more Sword and Shield runs, but then it depends if I want to go all the way to the shiny charm or not. If I don't, I've literally just got to go through the beginning, haven't I, and I can go there. I think someone said it takes like half an hour to unlock the Dynamax adventures. I think it was Austin John did that. Because that's where it gets difficult with the Professor Oak's challenges. Because you can technically use the DAs, or you kind of have to for some of the stuff, if you're doing the DLC ones. Because I believe it was Chaotic Meatball that did the Sword and Shield DLC one. But for the life of me, I have to remember to switch off animations if I'm doing them on my own. And as I said, I'll be recording every single one I do. So I will do some offline. I'm not going to do only online. I will be joining, or trying to join, as many people as possible who are hosting them. I'll try and keep a running total of real players I play with through the month. It could include... the only thing I don't want to do is just click random on my end and get someone else's. So I was trying that to just do a couple just for fun. Don't even know why I was doing them, but I just decided to. And all you see is Fairy Ore, which is probably the worst one to get stuck with at the end, because it could be a Tapu, could be Xerneas, and you need so many different plans for that battle, or those battles. Which is why I saved the Xerneas, because I felt I might as well have both the Gen 6s. There's a lot of people with Zygarde. that's going to be the most requested one. Let's be honest, it's what I've seen the most requested of. So I'm not too worried about having that one on my own set of paths. But as we said, the one challenge is to make sure that we face every single legendary at least once. And when I say face, I do mean get to the legendary battle. If we lose on the route, it's not going to count. Which is why I'm trying to find as many different people to join in with. I think the hardest ones are definitely going to be the Gen 4 or before, because most people have done them in ultra wormholes and stuff like that, or prefer that, or just soft resetting for like your Dialgas, Palkias, etc. So that's the plan there. As we said, we're going in relatively blind to it. I feel if we find our feet halfway through, then that's where we know where to start for the next month challenge on that. But as we're doing it month by month, it gives me a chance to go full blown for 1 month, and if I need to break away from it, we will do something else. But I also do plan on doing longer streams. We enjoy some Mario Kart. I still have not put that back in since I think 2 or 3 updates ago. Sadly. But let's find our shiny friend, please. Just one more. It might even be a case of I find one more and just end stream, because I was like, oh, there we go, we got the 30. I can do the final edit to the video. Hello Shirio, how are you today? Are you feeling better? And was that you playing with Sarah and Wolfie last night? I couldn't quite see the names. I thought it looked like it said the cheese for the mac and cheese one. And a Kika. Hello Kika, how are you? Are you ready to do some trolling today? Not to me, but I imagine it's custom day today. Good, I'm good. No, this challenge is nearly over. It has not gone as well as I had hoped. As you can tell by the total, is only 29. I was hoping to be nearer to 50. That was my very ambitious goal. I knew I wouldn't get all 71. I knew from day one. Like, the idea was just getting used to doing more targeted hunts. Like, nearly all of my series have been preparing to do more longer streams, and just getting used to doing the longer conversation side of things, really. Because the hardest part of this is not the actual shiny hunting, it's the talking non-stop almost for 3 or 4 hours. So that's what all the goals are, to slowly go a bit longer. Fair enough. I don't know how it's going to all go today, so we'll see. I'm good, cheerio. Like, are you ready for custom days too? I usually just use the custom games as a chance to unlock the map some more, if I'm honest. I have not finished unlocking the map, so I sort of just go and land somewhere that's still greyed out on mine, and then just run around and start unlocking it all. If I'm honest, I don't really like the additional movement stuff in the Fortnite games, because I came from when it first came out, and I just preferred it when you could literally only run, and maybe you had a few movement items, but not the running, sprinting, sliding, jumping through everything, climbing walls. That bit has taken a bit too much out of it for me, if I'm honest. Because I'm a slow, steady player, shall we say. I still don't think I've even had a kill in the main game. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fun. Like, it was funny the time when I came second and I didn't actually do anything. I went to one town and everyone else died. And then I tried doing Eggy mode, but I'm not good enough to do Eggy mode either. But when I do this game a lot, you need a break, and there's a good little break from doing this type of shiny hunting. Definitely. In fairness, every time I've watched the customs, Eggy always comes second. where literally every time, like, just collects everything and then just hides. But I think he started taking one gun now, hasn't he? It used to be no guns at all, wasn't it? Just all meds, all movement. But he takes usually just the mammoth and goes around with that. But as we sort of said, this is a very frustrating shiny hunting method. We have 10 minutes left. How have we only done 20 minutes on the sandwich? It feels like I've been here for about 6 months. Well, we'll find out today. See how well he does. I might have to change up the skin because everyone knows what my skin is now. And my hiding in plain sight with that skin doesn't quite work. It's more that I just never see anyone else use that skin, which is why I love using it. Like, of all of the games I've watched anyone else play, I've never seen someone else use the Black Manta skin. And that was one of my favourite seasons. I think that was sort of the one when we first started getting like the comic book characters. I'm pretty sure we got that was when we had like Deadpool's yacht, which is one of my favourite drop spots. Yes, I can imagine with your Christmas tree skin. My favourite was the reload van when he literally had just knocked someone out and his character was staring at the reload van and he was talking to everyone on the camera and he was literally just staring at my beanbag chair. I'm hoping those the big video he's got planned is going to be fun for the subscribers. And I hope it's something that I'll be free at that time to take part in. That's the key one for me. It's, yeah, the hide and seek one. I know it's sort of a few different ideas, but the idea was it was like a sub only thing, wasn't it? I think that's what he's leaning towards. Just to stop having to deal with any. It literally means everyone who's involved is someone they know. Is it going to cause problems? Like the last one we had, I remember somebody. They weren't attacking me, but they kept sliding me out to storm. if that makes sense, like you do in the beginning of the game. Or they kept firing weapons near me and blowing up everything. That was like part of my hiding area. So they weren't trying to kill me, they were just destroying the town. It was really annoying. I think I almost died to storm rather than being knocked out the game. I know I'm on my last month of the subscription. I tend to do 6 months when I sub. And I've mentioned it before, like, one of my problems is I'll find like 3 people I like watching, and then I'd put like a 6-month sub, and then suddenly they disappear for like after 2 months of that 6 months. So I usually wait till I know someone's around for a lot. I think over the years I've been gifted so many on Dan's because of when the drops were on. But I did 6 months on there. I think I've only subbed to, my choice of subbing is only on 3 people at the moment. And one is taking time off, but there's a good understandable reason why. The other one's Dell, because he made me a mod. So I feel like I should really be subbed as well, and I do love watching the sim games and hope to one day play one of them with him. And I guess technically I'm subbed to myself. The favourite gifted ones are when you first switch Twitch on and you get the scroll along the top. Dale pretty much specialises in most of the sim games. Like, the one he does most is probably the grocery store one, but there's a new one out, or in playtest era at the moment, called Better Mart, which I sent him the info for, and he said it's really good. I couldn't play it. My laptops aren't good enough. But he goes through all of them, and like, they're quite relaxing sort of streams. Like, Fortnite can be chaotic at times. Let's be honest. Whether it be people just coming in expecting one-on-ones, or stream sniping, or etc., things like that. But when you're doing a game no one can join, it's pretty relaxing. So I knew there was auras here. And I think that's another one there. So maybe we'll try this one. A shiny Zora would be amazing. But the problem with the sim games at the moment is there are so many. And there's so many just rip-offs that people have downloaded the original build of the game and put a mod into it and then tried to re-release it, and it's broken. Like, the Nintendo eStore is the worst with it, to be honest. Like, I always look at new releases just to see and look at offers. I do that with Steam, I do that with that every day. I look, and I go on the recently released ones on here, and there's a trading card one that's £1 something in the store. And when I searched it on Steam, it was like all the discussion forums were like, this is just ripped off and copied from someone. So even like both the stores are allowing the blatant copied games released, and it's horrible. I'm still waiting for a perfect blend of Total Extreme Wrestling and the WWE 2K General Manager mode. I want one that's more difficult than GM mode, but not as intense as TW. I've tried a couple of others, but they're all slightly too much for me. But I guess that all comes back from my Football Manager background. Too much time in that game. Way too much time. Way. I looked at my Steam times in some of those games, and I believe some of them have had like 800 hours in. And considering they're like yearly titles, yeah, it's pretty much consumed most of my life, I think, Football Manager in the past. And for some reason, I never made videos on them. As we sort of said, like most of my videos here are designed because I'm actually making a video I need to commentate on. And so I thought, why not do it this way? And if people come up with ideas, I can do bits around it. If nobody watches, I'm still going to be recording. As long as I press the record today. I only forgotten once this month. Well, it's more my mouse is a bit temperamental. But only forgotten once. I always used to set myself this ridiculous challenge on Football Manager. So the team I support might not be very good at the moment, but they're a steady Premier League team. And one of the challenges is I always like to try and beat the appearance record, or have a player beat it. The problem is the appearance record is like 650. And I managed to beat it in one game ever. So I haven't played FIFA since it changed its name. I think may have actually been the last one I played. I will stand by my same statement with that. I loved the first Ultimate Team. I think that was the best addition to FIFA that I've ever seen. But after the first year, they got rid of the best part of it. And it became a bit of a shambles. Where it's literally just spend, spend, spend. And then there's all like the special editions, and I don't like that at all anymore. I will also say I was rubbish at Rocket League. I think I played it on the PlayStation for a while. Well, a couple of days. And didn't understand a thing of what I was doing. Oh no. It's a bad first sandwich, isn't it? I was hoping we could hit that 30 on this one, and then I could finish today's challenge in this game. There is no way we finish this challenge in Sword and Shield tomorrow. And I'm probably not going to play Legends Arceus today. Or tomorrow, to be honest. Because my plan will be to finish the Sword and Shield stream and then actually edit together the video. You know, we've been here before. We're going to come back here and we're going to get this dog. Thank you, Cheerio. I just want this shiny dog. It's been waiting for me. But the main reason I'm going off shiny hunting this way is it's the amount of detail you need to pay attention to in what you're doing, and you're constantly just sort of staring at bits that are a bit too hard to see for me. Doesn't work when you're colourblind. As we say, colourblind shiny hunters struggle the most. So that's mainly our goal. I'm still a bit salty that somebody I know managed to get two here with 0 badges in 5 minutes. No sandwich, nothing. They just walked up here and they found 2 shinies. So I'm hoping this will be the last sandwich for the challenge. I will try and probably go for both of them. Just because it's easier, I think is the best way to put it. Once we've got 2, then maybe we'll go somewhere else. No point wasting a sandwich in this game. It doesn't really matter because they're easy to get more thanks to all the bots, but it's pretty much the only time I use a bot is to get the sandwich ingredients. And don't ask why they made sandwiches the shiny thing. But I need you to have a white top. If it has a white top, it's shiny. And as always, there is going to still be the shiny redeem option for channel points. I was really tempted to actually do something really cheeky and put like 5 gifted subs for a shiny, but I think that's a bit too controversial. I don't even know if you're allowed to really do that. When it came to the actual FIFA gameplay, I went off it when they changed how you defend. Like, it used to just be hold a button and you would close down and tackle. I went off it when that changed and you had to sort of time everything a bit more. If I'm honest. But I think that was probably 21, 22 maybe. Maybe earlier. I don't know if you ever played the very first edition of Ultimate Team, because it wasn't even announced as part of the game. It was like a special edition they just made halfway through the season. So the very first one was, as I said, was released kind of after it had been made, and one of the things that they did was you actually had to collect the stickers for like a sticker album. So if you had to get all of the bronze players, and if you completed the album, you would get then coins or rewards for completing the team. So every card actually had a little bit more value. And that, as I say, it was every team was like a sticker album you could complete. And it was so much more interesting because nowadays it's all about who has all the special editions. So yeah, it was kind of great. But from what I heard, it was there was some complaints by Panini or Merlin, and they had to remove it from the next year, and it's just never returned. So I used to try and do it completely free of charge, and just use like your bog standard gold ones. Yeah, I do have a Discord, the gym. Voices Pokemon Gym. I'm hoping it works. Every time I try to set that up, it breaks. I've been trying to build my Discord to have a lot of ideas from a few others, but have enough to be my own. But thank you for sharing, Cheerio. We'll be using it a lot for the next challenge, I believe. Because there's a lot of community work to be done in it, so we should all be playing with others. Because you'll see, if you're around tomorrow, you'll see the basics of what we're doing, but we're going to be doing something called Dynamax Adventures all month. So they're basically ways to get the legendary shiny, a little bit, well, the easiest way probably, because it's about 1 in 100 odds. But there's also a bit of strategic know-how on how to beat everything to get there. It's easier to see rather than explain. But they are fun when you get a good team of people working together to think out strategies to win. I think when they first came out, they were the first proper interactive addition to any of the games, other than battling each other. This game doesn't have as much of that. I still maintain the fact I would love to do a Soul Link, but in a Union Circle. but it's very difficult to sync up the times with everyone. Thank you for joining, Kika. Hopefully there'll be some fun in there. There isn't a Frog's Day picture though, sadly. So that's going to be one of the problems. Maybe we should put that suggestion forward to the community one. My little Discord's a little bit strange because it's got a lot of the Fortnite friends. And then it's got a few Pokemon friends. But I was saying to someone else before, one of the problems is we're all joining each other's Discords and we're all doing the same thing. I still maintain the fact that I think Ray's is probably the best Discord. Mainly because he does a lot of like nights where everyone can just go into a chat and play the games. And it's very relaxing for like everyone's pretty close in there. So I think that's one of the best ones. And just so you're aware, there isn't as many pings on my Discord. The only one you get pinged on is when I go live, I believe. I'm pretty sure I've set it up that way because I don't like getting a lot of pings. I was doing every video, but I changed that after a day because it was annoying me already. So if you do get unexplained pings, let me know and I can investigate. But it should only ever be when I'm live. And the channel which says I'm live actually deletes the message when I finish. Are we really going to have to do like another sandwich? How did I make it through 100 of these? That's the question. It's quite funny because when you watch Ray, like you are to me, it's only him I can hear, but then when I go in Andrew's, he leaves the Discord talking on. So you hear all of the arguments you're all having, blaming each other. It's very interesting to see how different people do their Discord or online games. Because we all know that like Dan is an absolute zero, you're not involved in the conversation, which is fine, and we understand. Ray's, as we said, is brilliant just because you go in there that night and you're all just catching up, making sure everyone's okay, having games. I know like KBD started trying their custom days as well, but he was letting the players talk with strict rules. I don't know if you managed to play in any of those, Shirio. And then you see other people that, like, that's what's really interesting, just seeing how different people create their communities. I will say, as I said, Ray's is the best because everybody feels quite close in there. The problem with Dan's is a lot of people join to play a couple of custom games and then never go back. And it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on, new people and everything. But then it's also good to switch off if you're doing the content creation. You can't be in there 24/7 talking away. You need to back out of it. Let people look after it for you. But as I say, like you're in like all of them, so I'm in like Ray's, Pat's, Kim's. And at the end of the day, those three are all kind of doing the same. They're all promoting each other in each other's. Like, Dale's is a fun little Discord, to be honest. But in fairness, I set my Discord up about I think I set that Discord up about 5 years ago with ideas of something else for it that never really happened. I was trying to do it more for my movie work. I'm trying to create a movie fan place for people to meet podcasters, YouTubers, people who wanted to do discussions and stuff. But nobody joined. And then I did a challenge about 18 months to 2 years ago, and somebody said make a Discord, so I revamped it, and only they ever joined it. Never pushed it anywhere, and stopped that challenge too. But when I started doing these challenges, which was only mid-December, I would say, where we were pretty much going live 6 days a week, and we revamped it again, and that's when like Shirio and Kim joined, mainly only those two to start with, and then earlier this month I did a complete revamp again to what it is now, and that's when we started pushing it a little bit more. I watched full-blown tutorials on how to build a Discord from scratch pretty much, and just copied everything. I was going to ask you more, Shiro. Do you have any of the Mario games on your Switch? Or most notably Mario Kart? Because there is still a chance we may do some Mario Kart on here. But at the moment I think I only know like 3 people that have Mario Kart. And I'm not sure if you can host without being friends with people, which is, I don't really want to make a big friends list as such. That's not saying I don't want to have friends on there, but you know what I mean. When I'm like this, I don't know if I can switch when somebody comes online off. So yeah. Do you know that when you host games, most notably on a stream, do you have to be friends with the people that get invited? Or is there like a custom code that they can just put in? Or friends with somebody in the race / tournament, or whichever you want to call it? Because I've only ever played it with a streamer who sort of said it was a night on it. And that's what I need to double check. But I'd also love to do like a Mario Party session with 4 player, isn't it, Mario Party? On the newest one. That would be quite fun. Okay, this is not going well. Yeah, there's that big mode where you can have like 100, but I think you just join randoms, don't you, really? Well, I'm assuming the 4 locals can join together, but... But I guess we find out what we get and when we get it on Wednesday, I believe our Switch 2 one is. There was a rumour that one shop is taking pre-orders from Wednesday afternoon. So that will be interesting to see. That makes it sound like there's a clear release date planned. I just hope it's going to be quite easy to move your profiles up, and you can pick and choose which profiles you move up. But I'm so stuck in the middle of this because on this violet save is on one profile and my good sword one, but then I won't need the good graphics for it, is on the second one. So I'm kind of torn between what I want to do. Everybody's after this one. What is it? Okay. Or do I have to... Shall I start like a completely fresh profile? I think I would have to move this profile up because this one's the one that's got the home profile. And it's like the main one. Only Kika wins. Because I don't think they're going to be able to bounce them between the two consoles. If I'm honest. Especially with these games where it's all like safe cloud data. But again, this is what we're going to find out on Wednesday, I hope. Find out when the Switch 2 comes out. How much it's going to cost us. And what games are coming out. Because I'm also starting to lean more into the not much point in buying it day one if there's nothing other than Mario Kart on it. Like, we pretty much know for a fact there's no new Pokemon game on it, so I don't need it day one. As in transfer your Nintendo account, as in the home one or the base one, because like everything is saved, like their subscriptions all on the profile we're using now, which is the one player one I set up. The one I've been using for our DAs is set up in a different name, different email and all that. But it's like, as I said, it's like the family one. Even though I'm in charge of all 8 of them and use all 8, or haven't used all 8. Or I could just make myself another random child account. I think you would need an adult account on the Switch too, wouldn't you? But my thinking is, what games would I play on the natural Switch? So what games would I play on the Switch 2? And I'm thinking this and Legends Arceus are the two I'd probably still play the most, so they should go on to the Switch 2. Sword and Shield isn't going to get that much better graphically. My Shield save is actually on this account as well, but my Sword one isn't. Because I was very reluctant to delete my first save on it. But I can probably do that soon. But it's got all of my wanting to keep Pokemon that couldn't fit in home on it. That's the best way to put that. If I ever went back to the Forever Lock as such, I've still got everything saved up. Like, my home setup really strange in this game. Like, when you look at the boxes on the Nintendo, the first page has spares to nothing. It's just sort of there. So I took them all out of my Shield save so I could delete all the other saves. Page 2 and 3 is my shiny living form decks. Page 4 is my spare legendaries. And page 5 and 6 is my living form decks. And then the little half page is like my Hall of Fame Forever Lock Pokemon and the Forever Lock legendaries. So I've got it set up so randomly. But I've just sort of made a bit of a mess of everything, to be honest. But part of me wants to be able to start afresh, but I've only just renewed it literally this week. and I think I've got it how I like it for what we're doing, like living dexes and living form dexes. I still want to go back through my form decks and replace the Go Pokemon. I've still got a few in there, but not many. It's a lot of like the annoying trade mons from Gen 6 and 7s that I've mainly got in there, and things like Drampa, which I don't think I've ever caught in a game. Because it's so rare in Shield, and never put too much time into my other one. I don't know which ones are the best. The one that I played with someone else that was fun, I think it was called Fribbich. And the idea was still only the 8 players, but you get asked a question and you all gave one answer to that one question, and you had to vote which one was the truth and a lie. So it's one of those like silly headline ones. And I can't quite figure out how it worked out, how you got points, but I won both games on it. But it would be something weird, like just a strange news story that doesn't sound like it could be real, and you had to guess the blank headline. But that was, I played that about a week before we did the community one. I wasn't overly keen on the ones we did, if I'm honest. They were fun, but that one was a little bit more fun for me. Now, I don't know what pack it came in though, because it was somebody's affiliate anniversary stream that I just was watching and nobody was playing, so it was only like 4 of us in it. But it was like, I don't really like that Quibbich one, to be honest. The murder mystery one was fun, but also confusing. I kind of want to see what happens if you did a PG one. What's different on that version of it? I kind of want to see somebody actually put that they use it in their classroom, but we're family friendly on. I wanted to try, if I was going to pick one to try, it would have been a ranking one, which I think is 10 players. And you have to pick what you think's the best answer. So it's a bit like Family Fortunes, but it can have like 100 answers. And whoever gets the most popular wins. I think it's one of the newer packs. These shiny dogs don't want to come out today, do they? Again. I think you were sort of in the same stage of me when it first got announced doing it, because you wanted to buy them all, didn't you? Or buy the one we were going to play. Does that mean you've actually bought some more, or just joined others who are playing it? So at least you've got a good, like, go through all of them, so when it comes to suggesting, you can sort of go through what they are, instead of it just be, I like this one, I like that one, which is kind of what it is sometimes. Or that one sounds good, you can actually explain why they're good or bad. Did you try the what I said about the ranking one? We'll see someone trying that one. It's a bit of a surprise. We should just all join one like big Red Dead open world one night. That would be funny. Pretty sure it's an online game with an open world, isn't it? I don't know how open it is. Whether it's GTA open and you have your own server or what. But be prepared for everybody to spam Minecraft for the next 2 weeks, because the movie is out on Friday. And I'm sure there'll be a little boom in the Minecraft market again. I'm 100% not getting that on the Switch. I know the console version on the PS4 was restrictive. I think it's the best word I would use. I'm not going to call it bad. It's like, but I think the PC is the best version. I always ran into the edge of the walls, edge of the world on my PlayStation 1. I'm not going to lie, this has been dreadful today for shinies, hasn't it? I can't believe Umbreon is going to be our only shiny. And it wasn't even caught today. What would be interesting is to find even more party games to play. Something like that Jackbox, but one where everybody can sort of be in it rather than it just be like 8 people / audience. Because by the end it was quite a lot of randoms who just like playing it joining in. That's the only problem I find with that game. I would like a massive, like 100-person sort of quizzy sort of game. But that's just the quiz head in me, because I like quizzes. You can tell what I did during the lockdowns. When I should have been doing this, I was doing that. But the one good thing is just how cheap, I'm going to say, what's the best word to use, how cheap it is to stream the Switch. Like the capture card was about £10 to £15. And I had headphones, I had a mic already. So that's our shiny. Hello. Kika leaves, we get a shiny. That's how it works here. Now I've been hunting for this for so long. So long. That also means I don't need to do another sandwich, because that means I'll hit my 30 total, which is kind of my goal, was 30. And anything else is a bonus. And just as you finish your return, you see us catch the shiny. That is what we've been looking for. And there's only 1 minute left. It's good. We can just carry on, see if there's a second one. I probably have run past one because it is actually kind of camouflage. So I went past it already once. But now as I said, that was my goal, to hit the 30. If we hit the 30, I'm probably going to finish the sandwich for the day. And then I can put the final touches to my video. That is still going very slow. And why is it? That's how slow that alert goes. That's another one. You almost got that perfect. It doesn't actually work, but we got 31. Let's try that again. I'm not meant to talk when it does the shiny bit. So the main reason I don't want to talk when I do the shiny bit is when you try to edit, it's hard to get your voice out of the sparkle noise when I do my main video. And I've learnt that from my first 2 series, that I talk when the shiny bit goes off. So my next video is going to trim that completely out. So it's literally the noise and go. So we finish with 31. So that's the crazy thing is we've done about 6 to 7 sandwiches for this thing in the last 2 series, and we got a grand total of 1. And today we've done, oh dear, this sums up my luck, doesn't it? Right, use some of this. 20 will do, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be enough. And we'll see this evolution. What are we trying to find the commands for? Wait, you... And there is our Mabostiff. Yeah, I have the stream routes, but I don't really expect anyone to get any at the moment. I'd set it up for ages. It's like my same account I use for collecting any for when we did like Dan's stuff. I still need to really design them for what we want to do. But that is actually now putting us on 31. Where is this? But that is going to wrap up Violet for the day. Like, I'm happy that I got my final 2, to be honest. And the 2 I wanted as well. Mabostiff and Mastiff and Mabostiff are 2 of my favourite of this game. And a big part of one of the other storylines. So I'll be back with Dynamax Adventures to finish tomorrow off for the month before we start our April adventure.